Alright, so this is going to be the next video and the last video for the topics for the Unit 1A assessment. And the last topic we had left was scientific and standard notation. Okay, so first things first, let's recall what scientific notation is. Alright, so scientific notation is when you have a number a times 10 to the n, where a is in between 1 and 10, and the n is an integer. Okay, so for example, 2.7 times 10 to the 4. 2.7 is in between 1 and 10. And times 10 to the 4, 4 is an integer. Okay, this is scientific notation. 3.56 times 10 to the third power. Okay, 3.56 is in between 1 and 10. And 10 to the third power, 3 is an integer. Okay, and similarly for the last one, 4.79 is between 1 and 10, and 7 is an integer. All right, so after we had scientific notation, we had standard notation. Okay, and standard notation is much more straightforward. Okay, pretty much all it is the number you get after you use all of the jumps. All right, so we'll talk more about this. This one's very straightforward. All right. Let's look at this next example for how to express this number here in scientific notation. All right, and just because this number here, this isn't standard notation. All right, so let's see what we do. Okay, so we have 2,500,000. Okay, and we want to express it in scientific notation. Well, 2,500,000 as a decimal is 2,500,000.0. Okay? So now what we can do here, since we want to get this in scientific notation, we can move this decimal here. Okay? We can move it to the left until we get a number in between 1 and 10. Okay? So let's see what's going on. So for example, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to the left, move the decimal right here. So now we'll get 2.5 times 10 to the power that we moved. Okay, and we moved 6 times. So times 10 to the 6. Okay, note this number here and this number, okay, the original number we started with, these are equal to each other. Okay, they're equal. Okay, we're not changing the value of the numbers, we're just changing what it looks like. Okay, scientific notation, standard notation. Okay, so for example, if we were to take this number, okay, that's now in scientific notation, 2.5 times 10 to the 6, and we were to bring it back to standard form, all you would have to do is take the 2.5 and jump to the right 6 times. Okay, that's what I meant by these jumps. Okay, so all you have to do is jump to the right 6 times. What I mean by jump to the right, I just mean move the decimal to the right. Okay, so we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and for every one of these little hops that we did, we put a 0 in there, so we get 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so if we were to write this regularly, we'd get 2, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And if we put commas in, we get this number back. Okay, so as you can see, they are equal to each other. All right, and that's all we're doing. So we're just changing the way the number looks. Okay, so let's look at another example. All right, this one says express 4,627,000,000. Okay, 627 million in scientific notation. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so we have 4,627,000,000. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, well this number as a decimal looks just like this, 0.0. Okay, and we want to bring it to scientific notation. All right, so how we do that is we just take this decimal and we move it all the way until we get a number in between 1 and 10. Okay, so we're not going to stop it here, because if we stop the decimal here, it'll be 462.7 times 10 to the something. If we stop it here, it'll be 46.27 times 10 to the something. Okay, so we're going to need to go all the way to this this comma here, so that we get 4.627. Okay, let's see. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we jumped 9 times. Okay, so we moved the decimal 9 places to the right. All right, so we get 4.627 times 10. So we jumped 9 times to the left. So this will be a 9. That way we can go back to this number. Okay, so that way when we take this that's in scientific notation and we go back to standard form, we'll know that we just have to jump 9 times to the right. Okay, so for example, 4.627 times 10 to the 9. Okay, so you'll get 4.627. All right, and then we're just going to move this decimal 9 times to the right. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and for each one of these little hops, you put a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so as you can see, if we rewrite this now, we'll get 627, 0, 0, 0, comma 0, 0, 0. Okay, and note that's the same number. Okay, these are the same number. Okay, we're just rewriting it. Okay, this one's scientific, this one's standard form. Okay, let's look at another example. All right, so here it says express, okay, whatever this number is in scientific notation. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to write it down as a decimal. Okay, in most of these cases, that just means putting a 0.0 after it. Okay, so let's see, 263.0. Okay, so now let's see what we can do. So now we can move this decimal. Okay, so let's see where we're going to have to move it. If we move it here, we'll get 626.3 with times 10 to some power. If we move it here, we'll get 62.63 times 10 to some power. Okay, so we're going to need to move it right here so that we get 6.2. Okay, so that way this number for scientific notation, it's in between 1 and 10. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 jumps to the left so that we get this number in between 1 and 10. Okay, so we're going to have 6.263 times 10 to the 12th. All right, and that's it. Now it's in scientific notation. Okay, so if we were to expand this back out again, so we start with 6.263 times 10 to the 12th. Okay, so you go ahead and put that down. Okay, and if we wanted to go to standard form, all you have to do is use all the jumps. Okay, and in this case, we're jumping to the right. All right, because it's positive. Okay, we're going to get a really big number because it's positive. Okay, that's what I meant by you use all the jumps. Okay, so we're going to take this scientific notation to standard form real quick. All right, so we're going to jump 12 times to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Put our decimal, put our zeros in there. Okay, so now if we rewrote this, we're going to get okay, and that's exactly what the number is. Okay, that's exactly what the original number was. Okay, had 9 zeros, 62, 63. Okay, 62, 63, 9 zeros. Okay, so that's just what this is right here. Okay.